Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel, and today I'm going to teach you how to find whether a function is increasing or decreasing using differentiation. I'm teacher Marcelo, and if you want to learn that, tune in. Let's say we have a curve with a maximum point, and this is a stationary point, and you know that stationary point gradient there is 0. Even if we have a minimum curve at a stationary point, dy over dx, which is gradient is 0, right? So we're going to find increasing and decreasing. We're going to find out where in that curve is it increasing and where is it decreasing. Okay, we can see that here is decreasing. So if it's decreasing, dy over dx is less than 0. dy over dx is less than 0. Here it's increasing, so it means that dy over dx is greater than 0, right? Here increasing, you can see that it's increasing, right? As the x-axis increase, even the y-axis increase. So dy over dx is greater than 0. And then this one is increasing. You can see that as the x-axis increase, the y-axis decrease. Okay, so here we have dy over dx is less than 0, right? What you're supposed to know is that dy over dx is greater than 0. It means that it's increasing there. Okay, and if dy over dx is less than 0, it means that it's a decreasing function, or is decreasing at that point. Okay, number 1, find the range of values of x for which f of x, which is 5 minus 4x minus x squared, is decreasing. Okay, and then this is f of x, not y. If it's y, you say dy dx, but if it's f of x, you are just going to say f prime x is less than 0 because it's decreasing. That's why we are saying it's less than 0. So we're going to differentiate this. So we have f prime x equals to, this is a constant. So when you differentiate a constant, it just vanishes or it goes away. Okay, and this is negative 4x. If you differentiate negative 4x, we're going to have negative 4. And if we differentiate this, you drop the power and subtract 1 from the power, right? That's why it's x, because we said 2 minus 1, right? This 2 is from this 2 is this one. You drop it and you subtract 1 from the power. Okay, and decreasing, so it means that this is supposed to be less than 0. So we're going to have negative 4 minus 2x is less than 0. Okay, now let's find our x. Now we are going to solve for x. Okay, we have negative 4 is less than 2x, right? We divide by 2 both sides, and x is supposed to be greater than negative 2. X is supposed to be greater than negative 2. So it means that the function is decreasing when x is greater than negative 2, right? So we have something like this. This is a maximum curve because we have negative x squared, so it's a maximum curve. Okay, so this is negative 2. Our negative 2 is here, so it's decreasing when x is greater than negative 2. So from here to this side, it's a decreasing function. As you can see, this side is a decreasing function. Okay, Now let's get to number 2. Okay, number 2 we have find the range of values of x for which y equals to x to the power 3 minus x squared is increasing. Okay, so we know that when it's increasing, we have dy over dx is supposed to be greater than 0 for an increasing function. Okay, so we're going to differentiate this. So dy over dx is equals to, you drop the power 3, x, you subtract 1 from the power. 2 minus 1, 3 minus 1 is 2. Okay, and you drop the power and you subtract 1 from 2. 2 minus 1 is 1. Right? So we have this, and we are told that it's an increasing function. So 3x squared minus 2x is supposed to be greater than 0. Okay, it's supposed to be greater than 0. Now we are going to solve. For x. Okay, this is a quadratic equation. Okay, so we're going to factor out. To find our x. So x, 3x minus 2 is greater than 0. Okay, after here we're going to have critical values of x. Critical values of x are, we're just going to say x is greater than 0 and x is greater than 2 over 3. Okay, we're going to test to find whether it's greater than or less than. So critical values of x are 0 and 2 over 3. We got 2 over 3 because we said 3x minus 2, and then you take 2 the other side. We're going to have 3x 2, and then you divide by 3 both sides. But we are not sure if x is supposed to be greater than 2 over 3. So that's why we're going to test. Critical values of x are 0 and 2 over 3. Okay, now let's find where it's increasing. We have 0 and we have 2 over 3. Okay, I want to check if it's increasing here or if it's increasing this side. Okay, if it's decreasing here, it means that this side and this side is increasing. Okay, so let's check. We're going to take a number, or we're going to use a number between 0 and 2 or 3 to find if it's going to satisfy this equation. Okay, so let's take 0.5 here. Just substitute 0.5 into x. So we're going to have 3, 0.5 squared minus 2, 0.5. We're asking ourselves if it's greater than 0. Okay, if you punch this in your calculator, we're going to find that this is negative 0.25. This is negative 0.25. So negative 0.25 is not greater than 0. It's not greater than 0. So it means that here is not an increasing function between 0 and 2 by 3. It's a decreasing. So if it's decreasing here, it means that it's increasing this side and this side. Okay? Therefore, y is increasing when x is less than 0 and when x is greater than 2 over 3. This is our final answer. Now let's get to number 3. Number 3, find the range of values of x for which f of x equals to x to the power 3 plus x squared minus x is decreasing. So decreasing is f prime x is less than 0 or dy dx is less than 0. Okay, so it means that we are going to differentiate this. So we have f prime x equals to, you drop the power and subtract 1 from the power. 3 minus 1 is 2, plus you drop the power and subtract 1 from the power, 2x. And then this is negative x. So it means that after you differentiate this, you're going to have negative 1, right? Because we subtract 1 from the power 1 minus 1 is 0, and x to the power 0 is 1. Okay, so we have this, and it's supposed to be less than 0. So we're going to have 3x squared plus 2x minus 1 is less than 0. Okay, now we're going to solve for x. We're going to solve for x. Product is negative 3 and sum is 2. Negative 3 and 2. So we're going to have 3 and negative 1. So we're going to have 3 and negative 1. Because when you say 3 minus 1, you get 2. When you say 3 times negative 1, you get negative 3. So we have 3x squared plus 3x minus x minus 1 less than 0. We're going to find critical values of x. Okay, we are finding critical values of x. Common factor here is 3x. We take it outside. Inside we're going to have x plus 1. Okay, common factor here is minus 1. Inside we're going to have x plus 1. Okay, we have 3x minus 1, x plus 1. We equate the first bracket to 0 and the second bracket to 0 to get our x. So critical values of x are, if you solve for x here, we have 1 over 3, and if you solve for x here, we're going to have negative 1. Okay, now we are going to test. We're going to test where it's decreasing. Okay, we have negative 1 here, and we have 1 over 3 here. Okay, so we want to find out where it's increasing and where it's decreasing. Okay, we are concerned about decreasing. We want where it's decreasing. Okay, so we are going to use, let's use a number more than 1 over 3. Let's use 1 here. So far we know how to check using a number between our values. Now let's use a number this side of 1 over 3, or use a number this side of negative 1. Okay, we're going to use 1. We're going to substitute 1 squared plus 2 times 1 minus 1. We are asking ourselves if it's less than 0. We're asking ourselves if it's less than 0 here. Okay, if it's less than 0, it means that it's decreasing here and here, and if this is not less than 0, it means that it's decreasing here. Okay, so we're going to test. So this is 3 plus 2, 5 minus 1. 5 minus 1 is 4. So is 4 less than 0? Is 4 less than 0? No, it's not. It's not. Okay, so if it's not less than 0, it means that our answer is supposed to be here. Our answer is supposed to be here. Okay, it means that this side and this side is increasing, so it's decreasing between negative 1 and 1 over 3. So our final answer is going to be f of x is decreasing when x is between negative 1 and 1 over 3. When x is between negative 1 and 1 over 3. This is our final answer, right? Even if you check using a number between negative 1 and 1 over 3, you'll see that it's decreasing here. Okay, I hope you have understood today's lesson. whereby we're dealing with increasing and decreasing functions. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share. Don't forget to download a worksheet so that you can practice. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye. Take care. Bye.